Hi friends, welcome back to the Cloud channel. I am so totally late in doing this, but today I'm going to choose my 26 books in 2026. All of the Insta girls have been doing this for the past month, honestly, so I'm definitely a bit late, but I'm going to dive straight in anyway. Technically, it's still January, so I'm not that late. I feel like as long as I get it done before January, it still counts. Right, I'm gonna film this video in two parts because I feel like 26 books is a lot for me to talk about, and like an hour plus video is gonna be insane. I'm gonna do it in two parts. I'm gonna get to like 13, 14, and then we'll do another part next week. I have chosen 26 books I want to read this year. However, big disclaimer, I've got to say, I am absolutely a mood reader. So whether I get round to these 26 books this year is another matter. These are 26 books I want to read right now. In 1 month's time, it might completely change. I'm not gonna lie, but listen, I can only feel the vibe of what I want to read now. I don't think it's gonna change too much, but my mind does in terms of which books I want to read. I'm gonna try my best, and that's all I can do. But I will bet some money that I won't read these 26 books. No, that is not the right attitude. I'm gonna bet money. I'm not gonna bet anything, honestly, but I'm gonna read these 26 books. I am because the ones that I really want to read, they actually are. So in my last booktube video, my first booktube video, I went through my January TBR. Those 5 books that I mentioned are absolutely on this list because they're the books that I'm reading this month, so they're in the 26, so I'm not going to go through them again. But if you haven't watched that video, make sure you go back and watch it so you can find out what 1 to 5 are. That means we're starting with number 6, and we are starting super strong. I don't have a copy of this book yet, and I'm going to tell you exactly why, but my first book, my book number 6, is Sunrise on the Reaping. I feel like that is going to be no surprise to anyone who watches our videos, but I love the Hunger Games so much. I could not be more excited to get around to this book. My initial thought process was I was waiting for the paperback. However, the paperback is not coming. Like, I cannot find out when this paperback is coming out. I predict it's going to probably be around 1 year from release, which is March. That's 2 months away. I don't think I can wait that long anymore. I think I'm just going to have to give up the paperback dream and just get the hardback and read it. Although, I've been talking to my family about this, and my mum said yesterday, why don't you just get it on Kindle? And I was thinking, why the hell have I not thought of that before now? I have no idea why that hasn't crossed my mind. That is also a possibility as well, because I'm definitely reading it before March. I wanted to read this book like yesterday. I am so surprised I haven't seen any major spoilers yet. I have seen some, and that is just because of the cast release for the film. I'm gonna pretend I haven't though. I'm gonna clip this mic for the rest because we actually do have some physicals, and I don't want to. That was silly. I hope you can hear me because this is a high neck jumper. Number 7 and number 8 are Sky Shade and Crown Tide by Alex Astor. Why does this have a... I was like, why does that have a bookmark in it? I haven't started reading that yet, but it's literally just a receipt. I'm such an idiot. Anyway, this is book number 7, and book number 8 is going to be Crown Tide, which is the book that comes after this in the Lightlark series. So first we have Lightlark, then Nightbane, then this, then Crown Tide, and I'm up to this book in the series, the 3rd book. The first book is like leaders of different realms compete every 100 years, and they're competing to break a curse, but they can only break the curse for their realm if they kill another leader from another realm. It's romantasy, it's enemies to lovers. There's like a pretty big love triangle going on in there. Listen, I enjoyed these books. I did. I really liked the premise. Do I think there are many plot holes? Yes. Yeah, I do. And that's kind of the main reason I want to continue reading them, because I want to find out whether the plot holes are not plot holes, and I just need to carry on reading. I'm not hopeful, I'm not gonna lie, but I have enjoyed reading them, so I am gonna continue. I bought this book as soon as the paperback came out. I don't think Crown Tide, which is the 4th book, has a paperback yet because it's pretty new, so I don't think there's a paperback for it yet. There's not actually, I'm pretty sure. So I only have Sky Shades at the minute. I just haven't really found myself picking it up, not like intentionally. I've just like, my mind's always went elsewhere even though it's been sitting there. I know she released like a dual point of view of Grimm and Oro as well at the end of last year, who are like the love interests in the books. Honestly, I don't know where that fit in. It confused me. I haven't looked into it enough to understand like the logistics of how that interweaves with the books and at what point that point of view is. I also don't think I care enough about the characters to read that book, so I don't think I'm gonna read like the sub-novels. But yeah, it's definitely a whole world, and if you like romantasy, I think you will enjoy it, especially if you don't really care about like specific details and semantics in books. A lot of my 26 also is kind of just like my physical TBR. I really want to start reading the books I have before I buy new ones. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but I'm gonna try my best. Okay, number 9 and number 10 are the Atlas Paradox and the Atlas Complex. These are book 2 and book 3 in the Atlas 6 series. I loved the Atlas 6 books so much, I'm not gonna lie. It was definitely one of my favourite books that I read last year. I think it was also a nice break from romantasy for me. There's romance in it for sure, but it's definitely not the main plot. It's like a dark academia fantasy about magicians who get initiated into a secret society. Honestly, I hate using the term magicians. I hate that it's described like that in the book as well, because it's given like pulling tissues out of a hat. It's really not like that. It's a serious book, I promise. I really enjoyed it, honestly. It's another like compete to the death type of book, but I would recommend it for anyone who enjoys that type of fantasy. However, I love this book and I wanted to go straight into number 2. So I got number 2 right, and you can see that I started this book. I am 118 pages in and I kinda DNF'd it. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to know what happened next so much. I don't know whether it was that anticipation that made this book so boring. However, I just wasn't enjoying it at all. It was so boring. And I really don't want to say that because I loved the first one so much, but I'm really hoping I wasn't in the mood for it, and that's exactly why I want to try and give it another go, because the first one means so much to me. I really love that book. This one is definitely going to take a bit of willpower though, because those 118 pages were dire. I'm not gonna lie. Nothing happened. I'm gonna level with you, nothing happened at all. So I just need to push through. At this point, I don't even think I'm going to reread the first 100 pages because I swear to God nothing happened. I would just carry on. But I am excited to read it, I promise. The first one's so good. Please don't let me put you off. I'm giving her a second chance. And you need to give the first one a chance because it's really good. I do know some people didn't enjoy it though. Some people thought the first one was boring, but I didn't. I loved it. Please read it. I would really recommend. The 11th book on my list for 2026 is going to be Lord of the Flies by William Golden. She is going to be my second classic of the year after I read Animal Farm. If you don't know why I'm reading Animal Farm, watch last week's video. I talk about Animal Farm for like 5 minutes. This book was recommended to me by my lovely Auntie Sharon. Auntie Sharon, if you're watching this video, I love you so much. Thank you for the recommendation. I really am on a mission to read more classics this year, and I have absolutely no direction in terms of where to go, what book to read next. So she's going to be my second after Animal Farm. I really had no idea what this book was about until I googled it to find this cover, honestly. I know a lot of people read it in school. I think my sister read it in school as well. And I don't think I've ever heard a bad thing about it, to be honest, in terms of like it being a good book. So Lord of the Flies, number 11. My number 12 of the year is gonna be Arcana Academy by Elise Cover, which is on my Kindle. This book was gifted to me by my lovely friend Megan last year, and I definitely started it. Let's see how far I am in. I think I'm about 30%, but that might be a bit generous. No, 29%, I was right. I really enjoyed this book. I kind of just got lost on my journey while reading it. Like, I think I was reading it and then like I went through like a busy period where I couldn't read, and when I got back into reading, like after a week or two, I kind of just either picked up a new book or forgot about it, which kind of makes it seem like it wasn't that interesting, but I was enjoying reading it. I literally just forgot about it. It's another dark academia, it's romantasy, it's enemies to lovers, it's fake engagement. I do think that you would love it. I was really enjoying it. I am excited to go back to it for sure. I really want to read that book this year, 100%. I should probably at the start was good. Anyway, if it tanks after the first 30%, don't blame me. I had no idea. Number 13 and 14 are gonna be June and the Bone Season. I thought I brought Bone Season up with me, but I haven't. I do have the physical book downstairs. This is a weird combination, I know, but I bought these books at the same time last June, I think. And when I bought them, they were genuinely like what I was gonna read next. They just got like, as you know, we just get like pulled by whatever book like is like new and exciting or talked about, and I just haven't had time to pick them up. They've just been sitting there upside down. I did mention the Bone Season in the last video actually by Samantha Shannon, because I got another book of hers like a few weeks ago, which is on my January TBR in the last video, like I said, and I actually started this on my Christmas break, but I literally read like 10 pages and I swapped it out for Project Hail Mary instead. I'm not gonna lie, that book arrived and I was so excited to read it. I feel like that's kind of like the story of this book's life, to be honest. It just keeps being swapped out for a different book, which is so sad, but this is technically such a classic too, and I really do want to read it. Also, just a side note, I love Project Hail Mary so far, by the way. I will give my proper thoughts on it when I'm finished, but I love that book. I'm not even that far into that book either, and I keep making the mistake of saying I love books before I've even finished them, but I do really love it so far. I will get back to this book this year, I'm so sure of it. If I've told you, I have to read it, so that is the commitment I'm making. She's gonna get read this year. Okay, I've added a bit of a wild card in for number 15 because I only picked this up a few days ago. My book number 15, we're on 15? Yeah, 15 is gonna be What's Your Dream by Simon Squibb. If you don't know, I was a non-fiction girly before I started to read fiction again. I only started to read fiction again about 2 years ago. And I haven't really managed to read that many non-fiction books since I started reading fiction again, because like I feel like there's a lot more to choose from reading fiction over non-fiction. That probably sounds so stupid, but in terms of non-fiction that I like to read, I do think there's a lot more choice in fiction. This was like £5 in Asda the other day while we were shopping, and I just thought, why not? I follow his YouTube and I see his I don't know whether the TikToks that have been like transferred over to Reels, so I don't want to say, oh, I seen his Reels and then sound like an old person that sees like TikToks like a month later, but they were actually on like, you know, the deal. Like, I see his Reels anyway, and he always goes up to people and say, what's your dream, and he helps people like achieve their dreams. And I watch his YouTube videos sometimes. It's called What's Your Dream, and I've seen him talking about it also, but I actually don't know what it's about. I think it's about like building your dream business. That is like my initial thoughts, knowing nothing about it. With this book, you too can remove barriers to success and kickstart your dream life once and for all. So she's going to be my first non-fiction book of the year. Yeah, we're going to learn about this one together because I genuinely just picked it up while shopping. But she might be a good one, you never know. And I haven't read non-fiction in ages. I'll let you know what I think anyway. It was only a £5. Okay, so that is our first 16 books. 16? 15? Why do I keep forgetting what book I'm on? For 26 out of 26. I'm going to stop this video here and I'm going to do 16 to 26 in the next one for sure. If you follow our small business as well, we dropped Heaven and Hell collection yesterday. And it went so well, and I'm so grateful. So I really need to get to work, although I would love to sit here and speak to you about books all day. I really need to go. If you watch our videos, thank you so much. I cannot describe to you how grateful I am. It helps our business so much, especially as we try and build this YouTube channel. If you love any of these books, if you hate any of these books, if any of them are on your TBR also, please let me know. I would love to discuss books with you. That would be so exciting. Keep an eye out next Sunday for the rest of our 26 books in 2026. I've really got to go. Take care, friends, in a bit.